Okie doke. I'm just starting this a little bit early because there's like a 1 minute delay between what I say and what actually goes on the stream, as far as I can tell. If you happen to be here already, please feel free to use the chat if it's available to you, and let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear. Otherwise, the only interaction you'll have with me is this tiny little window in the corner of the screen. But I'm just going to sit tight here for a couple of minutes while I wait for people to come on in. Oh, there's somebody. Online marketing genies. Hi. Let's just wait a few minutes for people to get themselves into YouTube. You can hum a little tune to yourself inside your head, maybe. So as far as I can tell, we've got one person watching. Online marketing genies, would you mind telling us in the chat where you're from? Oh, awesome. Let me see. What can I say? I'm not really good at small talk, but I do also feel a little bit awkward just sitting here in silence. So for anyone who's in here already, this is my first live webinar. Exciting. I've done similar things whereby I've pre-recorded a webinar or a presentation like this and published it out. And if you've done this kind of thing before, you'll know that you'll get less people watching it if you pre-record it versus actually doing it live. So that's an interesting bit of info for you. If anyone else is here, please feel free to say hello in the chat. Otherwise, we'll just give it a few more minutes. Ah, hello. Welcome, Elise. Yeah, nice. Also, apologies if there are a few silences from me, because there is a bit of a lag time between what I say and it actually being shown to you. So with that in mind, I'm sure if there's more people logging on right now. Gonna wait till it says 3 past on my clock. All right. So, hi everyone. I'm really delighted to have you here on my webinar, and today we're going to learn about what Google Ads are and if they're worth it for your business. First, I would like to open up with our acknowledgement of country. We acknowledge the Wurundjeri Woi-wurrung people of the Kulin Nation as the traditional custodians of the lands on which we live, work and play. We also pay our respects to their elders, past and present. So, now a little bit about me. I'm sure some of the people coming along to watch this may already know who I am, so I won't spend too much time on this slide. My name is Lou, and I am so completely driven by performance and data, and using this data in a way to help businesses make better decisions and grow their revenue. Because marketing is kind of like not an easy thing if you tried it before yourself. So this is where I come in. And now to the next slide. So what some people might not know about me is that I've actually joined forces with my friend Kim and her business, Online Tree. So this business originally started out as just Kim, who is a web developer. And this is her on the left of the photo. So now let's get into what we actually came here to learn about. What are Google Ads then? So, Google Ads is a pay-per-click advertising platform, and that means that businesses only pay when somebody clicks on their ad. It used to be called Google AdWords, but this changed in 2018 because now Google Ads can be placed in a variety of places. And this includes locations like Maps and Shopping, YouTube and Gmail, and there are other places where ads can appear. And I'll show you some examples on the next slide. So on the left here, I've got a Google search result, which is commonly what people think about when they hear Google Ads or Google AdWords. So originally Google AdWords was these search results that you essentially pay to show up in the top of a search result, and you decide what kind of search phrases you'd like your business to show up on. And then you would create the headline and description and decide which links on your website you'd want to send people to. And then there's another option down here in the bottom left. So this is a banner ad, and this type of banner is hosted by the Google network, and it can show on a variety of websites, including news and weather. Sometimes blogs might show these banners as well. And then here in the middle, you've got a menu log ad. So this would be an example of an app ad, and you might see this sort of ad whilst using another app. And the goal of this ad is to get people to have a look at and install and possibly try out your app if you happen to have one of those. And then the next one over here, this Ryobi pressure washer, that's an example of a shopping ad. So sometimes when you're looking to buy a specific thing on Google, you might see results for products. So this is something that can be provided through Google Ads as well. And then over here on the right, this dark screenshot is an actual screenshot of my Gmail inbox on my phone. And in the promotions tab, I'm being sent these ads that look kind of like emails, but they're not. They're ads cleverly disguised in the list of emails that is fed to me in my promotions tab. And these sorts of emails are kind of tailored to me. I have actually visited the Modibody website and bought products from there, so they know that I'm a potential customer to come back and buy more things. And in the bottom right, I've got just a little example of a video ad. So this might be a type of ad that interrupts you while you're watching something on YouTube. These videos might also appear on other websites that support videos as well. So let's talk about why somebody might decide to use Google Ads. So the first category I'd like to talk about is awareness. Google Ads can be used to increase brand awareness by getting your ads in front of people who are researching products or services that are similar to yours. You can use Google Ads to target people who are in the early stages of the buying journey and who are just starting to research their options. This can help you build brand awareness and generate interest in your services or products. In the middle category, I've got Google Ads for website traffic. So if you're feeling like not many people are coming to check out your website, you may have built something great, but you're not getting as many people to it as you'd hoped, you can actually use Google Ads to increase the volume of people coming to visit. For example, if you sell shoes, you could create a Google Ads campaign with the keyword "buy shoes online," and when people click on your ad, they'll be taken to your website where they can browse your selection of shoes and make a purchase. And in the category on the right, the big juicy one, getting sales and leads. So we can use Google Ads to generate sales and leads, but we do need to be mindful of where the customer is in their buying journey. So if we're looking at people who've never heard of your business before, they might not be ready to buy then and there as soon as they see your ad. So this is why we need to be mindful about the strategy and the placements and what sort of content we've got in our ads to try and get people to click and have a look at your website. Now let's move on to what you need to run Google Ads. So you are going to need a website. In a lot of cases, the goal of our Google Ads is to send people to your website, whether that's to learn more about you, or maybe somebody previously visited and you'd like to get them to consider buying your products again. We also need budget, strategy, and creative assets. We need to have a good idea of who our audience is and what will compel them to click on the ad. If it's a search ad, we need to have a good idea of what keywords to target. And if it's a display ad, we need to consider creating assets that will make you look good and give your ideal customer an idea of what they're getting themselves into if they decide to click on that ad. And then we also need conversion goals. And this is really important and it's often overlooked. We need to set up your website in such a way that we can track positive and significant actions that visitors take when they reach your website after clicking an ad. Because what this will do is that if we have an action that is trackable by Google Ads, we can actually teach the algorithm to go and seek out more people who are likely to convert and take action after they've clicked on your ad. So now, are Google Ads worth it? Well, if you're considering Google Ads, there are some things to think about. It can be a cost-effective way to reach new customers. You can target ads to specific demographics, interests, and locations. You can track the results of campaigns to see what's working and what isn't. And this is something that's not as easy to do with traditional advertising, like sending out flyers or pamphlets. And you can also stand out from competitors who are not using Google Ads. So your competitors might be already showing on Google, And you might have just built yourself a new website and it's not showing up there on the top of the search results. So you can get in ahead of a competitor who isn't using Google Ads and claim that top spot on the search results. And now I'd like to look at a few, just sharing a list of common mistakes. I don't want to go over the whole list here because there's a lot to unpack and I probably need to create a whole other webinar just to talk about the mistakes and not quite good and even dodgy things that I've had to fix up. But this is a list of common mistakes that I encounter when I'm looking at accounts that have been made before and that I've been granted access to because the business has switched freelancers or wants to get a second opinion from me. You're welcome to screenshot this, or I'll also be sending out the slides of this presentation after the end. So now it's time for questions, and you're welcome to pop questions into the chat box if you have any. While that's going on, I'll answer some of the pre-submitted questions that were entered in through the form to register for this event. So the first question I've got here is from Anna, and Anna is asking, I'd love to have a better understanding of A/B testing and how to set up successful ads. I've tried a few, but I'm not sure there's a way to get better results without breaking the bank. Okay, so let's talk about A/B testing. If you're not aware of what this is, A/B testing is when your ad platform shows two different variations of your ad to an audience, so you compare the results and data between these two variations. This is something that's already done for you to some extent. When you create search ads, for example, you'll get multiple slots to fill in with your ad copy, different headlines and descriptions. Google will automatically rotate these equally, and then it'll start showing the better performing ones more frequently to an audience, and therefore hopefully get you more clicks. There are more advanced ways to do A/B testing. However, I really only recommend those in specific circumstances, and that's not something I'll really have this chance to unpack here on this webinar. Alrighty, so next question is from Bess, and Bess asks, hello Lou, are Google Ads better for business advertising and not just relying on a website? Thanks, Bess. So yeah, Google Ads are a great way to get your business known by more people and bring people to your website. When your ads are created and approved by Google, they'll start showing to people instantly. And by comparison, SEO can take several months to kick in. And with things like non-paid social media content, there's no guarantee everyone will see your posts. So yeah, paying for Google Ads is a great way to speed up getting those views and getting people looking at your business and visiting your website. Okay. And next question's from Debbie. So Debbie's asked tips about Google Ads for local versus online business. This is a really interesting question. And so yeah, Google Ads can work if you've got a local business that serves the local area, or if you've got an online business that can serve products or sell products and service people in multiple locations. So if you've got a local business that serves the local area, you'll be more concerned with narrowing down the geographic area that you're showing ads to. It's also possible to set campaign goals around getting more foot traffic, but this is more advanced and it does require a lot of data and a good audience volume for the algorithm to work with. And with online businesses, depending on where you are, geographic targeting may still be important. However, our sites, our goals may be set more around the type of search queries that customers are using, or what their interests are, or what they may have previously searched for, say if they're researching something or visiting competitor websites. All right. So those were the pre-submitted questions. Do we have any other questions in the chat? Okay. Kim has asked who would be a dream client. Do you mean for Google Ads? I would consider maybe somebody who's selling high ticket e-commerce items. That is actually a really good use case for Google Ads, because the investment that you make in the ad platform is really tiny compared to the potential sales that you can get out at the end. So yeah, that would be a really good use case. Right. Just going to give it another minute. All right. Elise has asked, can you provide an indication of costs for putting up the ads? Sure. Let me think a moment how to answer this question best. So it is a pay-per-click, so you're paying for each time somebody clicks on an ad. When it comes to setting up on Google Ads overall, you're in control of the budget. So usually how it works is that you set a daily budget for how much money you'd like to spend on ads. There are sort of general minimums and maximums that I can suggest for you, but it's probably best if we sort of dug in and had a look at what the built-in Google keyword and forecasting tools say. I have a product that I'm developing, but I'm still about 6 months away from wanting to start the marketing process. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, this is a great opportunity to sort of dig in and do a little bit of research, figure out what sort of search volumes there are with the kinds of queries people are asking about your product or services. You could have a look at what competitors are doing. If there is anyone doing a business similar to yours, you could potentially look at the creatives and what sort of graphics or text and things like that they might be using. It's not really possible to see exactly what a competitor is spending on ads, but certainly if we had an idea of the types of keywords that would get people to click, we can plug that into the keyword tool and get an estimate of how much it might cost to get someone to click and what we might need to spend across a month or a couple of months in order to lead those people actually down into making an inquiry with you. So I know that's not really a straightforward action, but if you've got, say, less than $500 to that you're comfortable with spending on Google Ads, I'd say no. It's really not a good starting budget. If you've got $1,000 or more to invest on Google Ads, that's great. And even if you don't get any good sales right off the bat, Google will still be finding some helpful data for you that will help fine-tune your ads and future endeavors. Okay. How's the chat doing? All right, well, there don't seem to be any more questions in the chat. At which point I may wrap up then and let us all get on with our busy days. So I'll just put up here some contact details about me. So if you've got any questions, if you didn't get a chance to ask in the chat or you didn't want to, there's my email address. So feel free to send me a message there. Our location is based in Brunswick East. If you'd like to walk in, unfortunately, it's probably best if you make an appointment because it is a co-working space. But otherwise, yeah, these are the places where you can contact me and you can learn more about Online Tree through this website address. So yes, thank you all so much for coming along. I hope you got something out of this. I welcome any further questions over email. Yeah, I hope to see you at the next one, and please enjoy the rest of your day. Take care and see you later.